Does luxury belong in influencer?
Do I answer now or do they come back later?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah? Yes?
I think so. Stick around and find out why.
Hey, welcome to Thinking Out Loud. I'm Joel.
And I'm Eric.
Hello from Detroit. Today we are, as you mentioned, talking about should luxury brands get into influencer. For a luxury brand in particular, I'm going to submit that the mindfolds are minier than they would be for another brand. BMW has a lot more to worry about than Home Depot when they do getting into influencer. So I want to chat about that. But we also know that the reason that Home Depot can't spend as much money on TV as they used to, for the same reason Gucci can't spend the same amount of money in print as they used to, because print is dying, TV is dying, we're digital now, they've got to play the game. So should they do it? How do they do it? And where are the minefields? So let's talk about that today. Eric?
Let's talk about that today. That's a good idea.
Okay, so what are the particular minefields that you see for luxury brands stepping into the influencer space?
Well, you mentioned the big one right off top. It's a high risk strategy for them when they are putting a lot of money behind really trying to dial in a brand, but the payoff is equally as big. Go back to Cristal. When that champagne got into mainstream culture, that
I'm unfamiliar with the event that happened.
Well,
tell me about
libations often do escape your radar. So let's switch to another brand.
Okay.
The Gucci belt, which one of our employees here has pointed out. She's young, she's hip, she's way cooler than I am. She says she sees it all over the place, and this is a $450 belt, but it's the belt. And it's being placed everywhere, and so many influencers are just wearing it and not even calling it out. It's just natural product placement, which is...
It's the thing to have right now.
Yeah.
Because it's a $450 belt. And do you think Gucci is sending that product in to these influencers? Do you think they don't need to? How do you think that they're engaging? What do you think Gucci's strategy is?
That's a really good question. I don't know what degree Gucci is fueling that, but I can say that they're benefiting from it, and I'm looking at that end result.
Okay, so fair enough, but the average person who's spending an hour plus, even 20 minutes plus a day on Instagram, my guess is does not have the household net worth to really blow a ton of money on Gucci. So is there going to be the payoff?
Yes.
Therefore, how? Because
these are aspirational brands. These are not luxury brands trying to get into influencer on a direct response basis.
Sure.
They are getting in to tell a story and create this brand presence and to create a product of such heights that you're going to save your allowance and get that $450 belt.
Okay, so let me push you on that. Would that not suggest that influencer is not the thing that they should do, because part of their value is the brand that they have created? I'm willing to bet that we could have a chemist take down the compounds between a $5 thing of lipstick at CVS and a $50 thing of Chanel lipstick.
Oh, we have clients that, no, we can't hear this.
They're going to be exactly the same damn thing. Okay, but you are buying that brand that says Chanel, and it's the aspiration. So isn't that the fundamental danger for luxury brands coming in influencer? Is you have to necessarily give up control of that brand voice. You have to give up control of that story. You're looking for someone else's advocacy, but that's what they should not ever be giving up, because that's the very thing that gives their brand the panache.
I was with you right up until then. You were great right up until then, because you had pointed out, yes, it is a high-risk strategy. They are going to give up a little bit of their brand or brand control.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about creating an aspirational brand, you want that to be a brand that is being totally embraced by the idols of this generation. And at the top of this segment, you talked about print going away. You talked about TV viewership decreasing, especially commercials. So the world of product placement, the world of the branding play of influencer is a perfect space for luxury brands to come in. They are going to have to relax their control, but it's a high risk, high reward strategy. And if they can get a flyer into like that, the fast track, like the Gucci belt, it pays off.
I totally agree with you. I think there's a safe way for them to do it.
Oh, do tell.
Yeah, I do. I think there's a totally safe way. All right, so let's say, give me the brand. What's the luxury brand?
Bentley.
No, good. No, just not enough Apple. Like Bentleys are all custom, and it's old stodgy white dudes who are on Instagram. All right, let's go with Gucci. We'll stick there. All right. If I were Gucci, if I were Chanel,
okay,
this is what I would do. I would go find influencers that have a look and a feel that we like, that really, really works well. And instead of like there's enough raw stuff there that says this feels like our brand, and instead of paying them for posts and trying to do like these one-off partnerships, I would simply hire them as company employees. We would have an exclusive license over their content, and then we would create the kinds of experiences and the shots that we want them to have that reinforces the Gucci brand. And I think that'd be a hell of a lot cheaper than one trying to, taking the risk of having something that's not brand authentic, two, trying to recreate that in any other. I think this is probably the most cost-effective way for them to get what they want. And if they're doing it really, really well, others are going to follow. Others are going to copy. I would probably I would be working with really high-end designers and photographers, and I would present not just here's an attractive, popular Instagrammer wearing our content here, and I would go full bore. This is the lifestyle of Gucci, and I would use it to completely reinforce. But I would do it by partnering with those who have established a brand independent of us.
Kind of turning influencer on its head, going like a foot wide and a mile deep, as opposed to a foot deep, mile wide.
I think they have to. I think what they're selling is that, to your point, it's the lifestyle, it's the aspirational brand. So there are two things that need to happen. One, people who might be wealthy someday need to always see this as this is the aspirational brand. Two, people who have already purchased it need to have their purchase decision reinforced that you have done the right thing by buying this brand. This is who you are, and now we are putting out this content that tells you you made the right decision, so go ahead and buy our brand again because your last time was spot on right. That's what I think.
Interesting. It's a bold choice. There are other choices, but we're too long, so we're gonna wrap this up because I wanna ask questions. But anyway, thank you for joining us. If you have more questions, throw them at us because this is a good conversation actually.
This is a good one. You can follow us on social media, whatever, on Twitter,
We are a luxury brand.
We are a luxury brand. All right, thanks for stopping by.
Bye.